Okay, good morning. So I want to give you an update on my layout. I said in a week's time I would update you, and I've done a lot here. My main thing was to work on the tunnel slash bridge areas. So I started building up the terrain, and I did put in my area for my cove, and I did put out the beach area, and I did bring up the elevation, and I do have a piece of 1/4 inch foam here and around the sides and back here. And I started doing the winding road. I got some of these Woodland Scenic road risers. Now I see they're broken, right? That's because when I pulled them out of the package, they come as one big long sheet. They're about 24 inches long. They broke in half. So instead of just throwing this stuff away, what I've been doing is I'm still using it. I was a little disappointed by this product at first because, you know, I wanted one big long sheet and the thing's just broke in half when I flexed them very little. So I'm not 100% on this, but I'm still using them and they look like they're going to work fine even though they broke. So I started the winding road. Didn't get very far on it. I've been using a lot of this material. It's a Woodland Scenic product. I got this for like $5. And it works like a drywall spackle, and you just really put it on with a drywall knife, and it goes on really good. And I'm going to focus in some of the areas where I've used it. Okay, so this is my cove area where I cut out, and this is one big piece. So here is where I'm going to put my beach. And you can see I put multiple layers in there, and I made it so it contours down. So when I go back and put the plaster cloth in, it's just going to have a nice contour to it. You can sand this, which I might do, but this is where my beach is going to be, and the beach is roughly going to be about 25 by 35 feet, and it's going to be pretty large. I have some really nice little figures that go in a beach scene. Over here is going to be where my boat landing is, so you can bring boats down, and then I'll have some docks and stuff here. There is going to be another road that comes down into here, an access road that I have not yet put in. Was right in here. So I'm going to be putting what looks like basically a tunnel. So the train goes over and there's going to be water under here. And what I have to do before I plaster cloth or seal this over, well, before I seal this over, I have to plaster cloth it. So I do have these in here, two supports to support a piece of foam that'll go on top. But before I do that, I have to plaster cloth that. But before I do that, I have to kind of build some of the terrain right outside and around this entire portal area to put the plaster cloth on. I've also put in this here, which will be up to my water level. I'm going to be using some water and filling it in. I have not plaster clothed it, but I've done everything else you could potentially do to it. So first of all, let's see if we can see that. Maybe it'd be better if we zoomed out a little bit. So I did paint this portal. This, remember, was the Atlas viaduct that I cut up. So I went with this really nice paint scheme, and I kind of painted under here. You're not going to really see it from that angle, but you'll see enough. And so I still have to come in and plaster cloth this, but I did do a lot of the work around the roads. I still have a little bit in here where I want to take a little bit more of this foam putty and make the contour a little bit more before I do go in with the plaster cloth. And then on this back side, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I built this up. I'm going to actually have, here it is. I'm going to use this building right here. It's going to be a bait shop. And the bait shop's going to be somewhere right around here. And because it's really close to the side of this elevation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a retaining wall. And I'm not sure if I've shown you this before, but I do have this product here, which is like a retaining wall, and it flexes, and it has an adhesive on it, and I'm going to put a little on over there, and it's going to look nice, but I'm going to have to plaster cloth that area. I'm also going to do some lighting in here, so I'm got a hole over here where I can run an LED light underneath the building so I can light it up at night, and that'll be roughly in that vicinity. In the back of this building, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it from this angle, but this is all going to kind of come down as a hill. So it's going to be a nice straight elevation. But I had to kind of build up around these portals, and I still have to, like I said, plaster cloth in here, do the road, and then glue and put all this stuff in before I can put in my incline. I've already kind of put the incline in to see what it would look like, and it does look good. I just have to put the support in here, the support in there, glue all that in, but before I do all that, I have to plaster cloth. So I didn't get as far along as I wanted to, but I can tell you by using this product, this stuff says it dries in about 40 minutes, but it takes a lot longer than that. Like if you see this crack here, if I wanted to fill that crack in, that might take 40 minutes, but to put as much as I put on from in this area, or in this area, or this area, it takes like 3 to 8 hours, depending on how much you put on there. So a lot of the time when I'm working on this, I put something like this on there and I have to let it dry for several hours. There's nothing I can do, you know. But I do like the result I have so far. So that's my update for this week.